Toyota's plug-in hybrids, known as the Primes here in North America, well, unfortunately, there's just two. The Rav4 Prime, which we'll talk about today, and the Prius Prime. They're some of the best plug-in hybrids on the market for efficiency, for acceleration, for overall electrified juice. For a plug-in hybrid, they're fairly affordable too. Today, we're going to talk about the differences between Toyota's Primes now and what the future holds for Toyota's plug-in hybrids. Let's get into it. If you enjoyed Toyota coverage, make sure to hit the like button for the Primes. Rest in peace, the Primes. And make sure to subscribe for more updates with Toyota. We're going to dive into Toyota plug-in hybrids today as well as talk about some other Toyota news like the GR Corolla price increases as well as some other small things. But the main thing, guys, check this out. Toyota is scrapping Prime. New name, same great powertrain for the Toyota Rav4 plug-in hybrid. Plug-in hybrid, okay. Well, that's what they call it in other markets. If we go to this update, it's September 16th. We don't get the CHR anymore, but the CHR in Europe, which is built in Europe, they get a plug-in hybrid powertrain. They don't call it the Prime. They don't call it the CHR Prime, but this is the exact same front-wheel drive 220 horsepower Prius Prime powertrain that we have. And the Prime nomenclature goes back, I think, to 2016, first generation TNGA Prius. Now, prior to that, there was a Prius, but it was just called the Prius plug-in, I should say. It wasn't called a Prime. So they had on the third gen Prius, they had a plug-in hybrid called the Prius plug-in. Then they came out in 2017 or so, 2016, 2017 with the Prime Prius, the Prius Prime. And then, you know, with this fifth gen Prius now that came out in 2022, 2023, that stuck with the Prime naming, even though in other markets they call it the PHEV or PHEV or just plug-in hybrid, right? I am a little sad that the Prime nomenclature is getting unplugged here in the United States. I thought it represented a nice differentiation, and no one really knows how to say the abbreviation for plug-in hybrid, PHEV, PHEV. I think Prime sounds better than all of them. Plug-in hybrid's kind of a mouthful. Hey, here's the thing. There's no questions asked, okay? What's the difference between a Prime and a normal RAV4? The average person might ask. But if they just strip that name out and it's just direct, here's the RAV4 plug-in hybrid. It is what it is. It's unfortunate the Prime didn't permeate other lineups. Like I've been asking for a Sienna Prime for like 4 years now. Etc. It doesn't mean that this Prime spirit is lost. The exact same thing goes forward, just being called PHEV. And the Beyond Zero logo, which I'm sure there's a picture of here in today's article, is it's going to have the little nickel-sized Beyond Zero logo, and I'll just say PHEV instead the fancy cursive Prime logos that we've had on the Prius. And I think the RAV4 Prime wasn't the fancy cursive that we had. But anyways, let's get into it. What are the differences for 2025? Well, if you missed my update on the RAV4, we will be getting a redesign of the RAV4 for 2026 model year. I just don't know why they didn't keep it Prime for the last model year on this generation RAV4. And then next year, just blank slate, it's just going to be called the PHEV. They're doing it for the last year of this generation, maybe to get you guys ramped up for the next generation, which, well, the next generation should be superior to this plug-in hybrid setup. If it's the exact same, that's okay, but maybe they can offer it in more trim levels or more pricing options or wider price range compared to where it is right now. So still 302 horsepower, all-wheel drive standard, 2.5-liter engine, still 0 to 60 well under 6 seconds, which is blazing fast for a compact SUV. I would call it a mid-size SUV at this point, or whatever you want to call the RAV4. It's up to you. Still gets 42 miles of electric range. I expect that to go up with the next generation. You get around 40 miles per gallon in pure hybrid mode once you're out of EV juice. So none of that has changed. The trim levels are the same, SE and XSE here. Toyota Media Standard available with the 10-inch touchscreen and JBL Premium Audio. Also, Toyota is discontinuing the blue halo logo on the Toyota emblems. Why are they doing this? Well, I think did they just do it with the Camry? I'm trying to remember. I've reviewed quite a few of the new Camrys, and I still don't remember if they killed off the blue halo. I want to say that they did kill off the blue halo on the new Camry. I should probably look that up. I'll see you guys in the comments if I'm wrong. But the blue halo in the Toyota logos has been a differentiator at first glance to know that it's a Toyota hybrid. Lexus got rid of that blue Lexus hybrid logo a few years back. So Toyota's just kind of following suit now. And the RAV4, just like the Camry, is suspected to go, and I'm expecting it to go fully hybrid with the next generation coming out next year. All right, so this is them just kind of streamlining some things with the naming, with the badging, before things get more electrified next year with the new generation. All right, also, let's get into some pricing. There's price increases every single year on every vehicle, it seems like. The manufacturer suggests MSRP of the RAV4 Prime, I want to say Prime, RAV4 plug-in hybrid for 2025. It starts at $43,865, excluding dealer processing and handling fee, limited quantities. What has Toyota's volume been lately? Well, if we look at actually automotive news, they actually come up with some nice sales numbers for us through August. Prime sales have been up in the United States 42% this year, but it's only 22,500 or so units after the first 8 months. And overall RAV4 sales, including the hybrids, including the non-hybrids, including the plug-in hybrids, they're up 21% to 319,000. They might smash their previous sales record with the RAV4 this year in terms of total volume. They're definitely setting sales records for the RAV4 Prime and RAV4 Hybrid. If we go to the Toyota sales here, RAV4 HEV, it's the best first half of the year ever. And I only have, because Q3 is not over, Toyota reports quarterly, I only have specific quarterly sales. So we're talking first half at this point. We look year to date. Look at this huge jump for the RAV4 Hybrid. This is the real story, guys. Yes, the RAV4 Prime for the first half at the end of August, it was up 40-something%, but the first half was up 55% or so, because we're going to focus on volume here. Maybe I can get my pointer there. That might help you guys see a bit better. Looking at the hybrid sales for Toyota RAV4, it's up nearly 100% for the first half anyways. Why is there a huge jump? Well, the demand is there for this vehicle, but they need to ramp up because the next generation is likely to go full hybrid. RAV4 Prime up 56%. The problem is the RAV4 Prime currently all brought in from Japan. They do not make them here stateside. Will that change with the next generation? The answer is yes, and we'll get more into that a little bit, but we need to talk about the pricing here. So 24 RAV4 Prime is at $43,690 before destination, and we're at $43,865. So what is that? Less than $200. Yeah, about $175. It's negligible. It's no big deal from SE to SE, 24 to 25. So I'm happy Toyota kept the prices down massively here on the RAV4 Prime. It's not the case with the GR Corolla, which we'll finish up this video with today. So the RAV4 plug-in hybrid, and the badge on the side has always said RAV4 plug-in hybrid, I believe, even though it's Prime. This blue logo is going to be gone. What's the future of Toyota's RAV4? Well, we should get a reveal at this year's LA Auto Show of the next generation RAV4. That's what I'm expecting. Toyota's been hitting out of the park with new reveals at the LA Auto Show for the North American market these past 2 years. We had the Prius 2 years back. Last year was the Camry. This year should be the RAV4. All heavy hitters. And the RAV4, there's no better selling vehicle in the United States that's not a full-size pickup truck. Okay, so the RAV4 is massive for the United States market. So the 2026 model redesigned should be fully hybrid. I'm hearing potential fully electric. I'm hearing much better availability of the plug-in hybrid. Why is that? How can they come out with an electric RAV4, a Prime, or should I say a plug-in hybrid and a hybrid, have that many batteries? Well, the battery plant in North Carolina is coming online next year, just in time for this vehicle to get electrified to the moon. Hybrid, more plug-in hybrid availability. If you think sales are up 44% so far this year for the plug-in hybrid, it's only 22,000. That might double or triple in the coming years with the North Carolina battery plant. And then you might have maybe 10 to 15% of RAV4 sales be fully electric. I mean, take this with a grain of salt, but I'm hearing that Toyota's realized the BZ nomenclature was a bad idea and they're going to pull the plug on it, at least here in the United States. Look, they're pulling the plug on Prime. Here's the thing. I just connected this here. What a great way to pull the plug on Prime. Not only to let the customer know what it's going to be, but if you add another electric version on this RAV4, fully battery electric, and then so you would have a RAV4 hybrid, you have a RAV4 Prime, and then you have a RAV4 battery electric, it's just too confusing at that point. So this kind of clears the rubble and the confusing or potential roadblocks you would have with the Prime naming if there's a model that sets above the plug-in hybrid with electrification, and that would be a fully electric RAV4, which would supplant the fully electric BZ4X. And I think a lot of people will be just fine with that. BZ4X is not a terrible vehicle. It's just underbaked. There are other EVs out there for similar or less money that are better at being electric vehicles. So anyways, watch my reviews on the Subaru Solterra, the Lexus RZ, and the BZ4X. They're all different flavors of the same thing. Those all come from Japan. The RAV4 EV will come from North America. It could be built in Kentucky. It could be built in Canada. But the RAV4 currently, the hybrid has been built in Kentucky, but that's leaving the Kentucky plant and going to Canada. All right, where they will be building plug-in hybrids of the NX RX and the RAV4. All right, they're all going to share the same powertrain, likely more power, more horsepower, likely more efficiency, likely more electric range, likely a bigger battery pack, all that stuff. And then you'll have the RAV4 electric. And I don't know if it's going to be announced or available at launch when the hybrid and plug-in hybrid come out with the new generation, but there will be a RAV4 electric more than likely coming, and it makes sense now to kill the Prime and to kill the BZ4X, at least the Prime naming, so it makes room for a top-of-the-line fully electric RAV4 to be an option, an alternate, you could say, to the Tesla Model Y. It's very interesting. It's very exciting, the future of the RAV4, and I could talk about it forever. No pun intended, forever. Anyways, I have some other news to talk about. Toyota Global August output falls for 7th straight month. So essentially, they've been down every month, almost every single month this year in a row. And global production fell 11% in August. You also have to keep in mind, they can make a ton of the Grand Highlander and Lexus TX, but that is still on stop sale. There's a fix. They're fixing the airbag situation there, but it's still on stop sale. They haven't started reproduction. That sounds funny talking about a car. They haven't started reproduction on the BZ, on the TX or the Grand Highlander quite yet. Is that going to make up 11%? No, but this number would be far smaller if you had an extra 100,000 vehicles or so produced in August. I don't know. That's just a guess from between the Grand Highlander and the Lexus TX. They're saying it was dragged down by the typhoon, also certification scandal in Japan, and paused output that I just mentioned for two sport utility vehicles in the United States. All speaking of Japan, I'm leaving in Japan in 2 days with Honda. Honda's invited me out. I'm going to be testing some stuff over there, as well as getting my full Japanese experience on, doing some sightseeing, eating as much delicious food as I can. So if you guys want to see some Kirk and Japan action, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon. The whole market is tumbling for Toyota here, down 22%. It's not good, but got to realize like the overall car market in Japan hasn't been doing that great lately. But you got to also realize Daihatsu is still a complete mess due to the certification scandal and whatnot. And Daihatsu sells a ton of cars for Toyota in Japan. And that's a big reason why I think they're down so much. All right, are you guys ready to finish up some GR Corolla pricing? I'm not going to go over any of the new updates for the 25 Corolla, GR Corolla in this video because I have a dedicated video on that where I go over all the updates, different styling, different functional improvements for performance, all that stuff. I go over that. The scope of this video is not that. It is to talk about, hey, you get all those updates, but it's going to cost you. And if we look at the GR Corolla Core grade, which is no longer, is that even, yeah, it's still available. But there's a big difference between the two. So 38,860 is what it starts at now. And previously it was 36,100. So about $2,700 increased price. Why did it increase that much? Well, you no longer have the option of opting out of the Tours and limited slip front and rear differentials. That is standard now. All right. So that alone is going to jack up the price. So I'm not too concerned about the price jump of the GR Corolla. If you're buying one, I don't know why you would buy one without the Tours and limited slip performance pack. All right. But now it's standard. Okay. If we look at the circuit edition here, 44, we compare it to right here, it's 45. So that went up, less than $1,000 or so. And it's pretty much the same thing as the circuit edition with the premium plus model. Now, the automatic here is new for 2025. The 8-speed direct automatic transmission is what they call it, DAT. It is a $2,000 upgrade to get it on a GR Corolla. That is crazy to me. To me, it should be a no-cost option to get the automatic transmission over the 6-speed manual. To me, this makes it such an easier buy to get the 6-speed manual. But I understand some people don't know or don't care to drive the manual transmission. In fact, if you lived in the city, let's say Miami or New York, I mean, most people don't drive in New York, but if you're in Miami or LA and you're in traffic a ton, maybe I see that you get the 8-speed auto over the 6-speed manual. Hey, I'll see you guys down below on that. I'm pumped for the new RAV4 plug-in hybrid. We could be just maybe a couple months away until November to the LA Auto Show until we get, that big update on the RAV4 redesign. Okay. I'll see you guys in the comments down below on the RAV4 plug-in hybrid and the repose of the naming soul of the Prime. That will also affect the Prius, of course, here stateside. It will not be called Prime for the upcoming model years from the Prius either. It's the same old vehicle, just a different name, but I'm looking forward to the next step. What is coming next for the RAV4? I think we're all going to be very, very excited and pleased with the result of the next gen RAV4 coming within a year or so. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day and peace.